Welcome to level 5. Graph the greatest integer function y is equal to negative 3/16 times open greatest integer bracket negative 5 over 21 times open regular bracket x minus 17 over 5 close regular bracket close the greatest integer bracket plus 3 over 2. Our equation is y is equal to a times open bracket b times regular bracket x minus h close the greatest integer bracket plus the k. Knowing that our a is negative 3 over 16. B is negative 5 over 21. The length of the step is the inverse of that, the reciprocal of this. I'm just going to put the length of the step, not the actual b value. Negative 21 over 5, which is negative 4.2. The h is negative of this, so negative negative, which is positive, 17 over 5. The k is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. I'm going to start at my vertex at the origin. I'm going to begin with the b. The length of the step is negative 4.2. I'm going to drag the open point to negative 4. Then I'm going to double click on the magnifying glass to zoom in. With the translation tool on, I'm hitting the shift and I'm hitting the right arrow to shift the whole graph right so we can see the left end of this step function. It's at negative 4 and I want it to be at negative 4.2, so I turn off the translation tool, grab it, and just drag it to 4.2 and it'll snap there. Then, double clicking on the magnifying glass, the a is also negative. It's negative 0.18. I'm going to drag it to negative 1 to start, just to remind myself that it's negative. I want to actually drag this to 0.18. Double click on the magnifying glass, hit with the translation tool on, hit the shift, hit the right. We're going to go to the end of that, which is at 4.2, and I'm just going to go up. There is our first step. It's at negative 1. I want to drag it to negative 0.18. This is 0.1, this is 0.2, so 0.18 is going to be somewhere in here. With the two ways we can do this, I can have it with the translation tool off. If I drag that, it thinks I want to move the whole graph. I'm going to grab this step, and then I can drag it up to the 0.1. We're at negative 0.1. I want to get it to negative 0.1875, which rounds up to 0.19. Closer to bring it to 0.2. Then turn the snapping tool off and I can come back 1. If we hover over it, we can see that it's negative 0.19, which is about as close as we can get. Then we'll zoom out. I've dealt with the a and with the b. I want to deal with the h and the k. The vertex, which is at the origin right now, I want to get it to 3.4 and 1.5. Grab it and drag it to, with the snapping tool on, drag it to 3 and then up 1.5, up 1. We can't get the 0.5. We could turn this on and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and there you go. That's 1.5. 3.4, we can go 0.1, 2, 3, 4 like that. We didn't have to zoom in to do it. If we zoomed in with the translation tool on, moving the graph to the left, so I'm pressing the left arrow, and then we want to move the graph down. We wanted to get this point to 3.4 and 1.5. When zoomed in like that, you can just drag it to that point and let it snap on there. Let's zoom out. That's what our graph looks like. Press enter to check to see if we're right. Let's do one more. The a is 2 over 5. B is negative 1/2. The length of the tread is negative 2. It's a reciprocal of the b. H is negative 3 over 4. The k is negative 61 over 16. Press enter to get the decimal values of all those. I'm going to start with my graph. The b is negative 2, and we can just drag that to negative 2. And the a is 0.4. Double click on the magnifying glass to zoom in. So right now that's 1. We want to drag it to negative 0.4. With the translation tool off, I'm going to drag that up to negative 0.4. We got the b and the a, now we have to deal with the h and the k. Double click on the magnifying glass. I'm going to grab the vertex and I'm going to bring it over to negative 0.75. Well, I'm going to bring it to negative 1, which is pretty close. The k value is negative 3.8, which I'm going to bring it down to negative 3. Let's double click on the magnifying glass. Click on the translation key. I want to go over to 0.75. I'm shifting everything to the right, and by pressing the right key, and then I'm shifting everything up by pressing the up key. We can see the vertex is at negative 1, and we really want it to be at negative 0.75, so turning off the translation key, I'm going to go to negative 0.7. We can actually see when it gets to 0.75, but if we let it go, our snapping tool was off, it will just snap to the nearest line, so negative 0.7. 5. We can do that. That's a little bit awkward though. You can certainly do that. Here, let's go back to the snapping tool for a second. Turn off the snapping tool. We're at negative 0.7. We turn off the snapping tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over it, we can see that we're at negative 0.75, which is where we're supposed to be. We're at negative 3, but we really want it to be at negative 3.8. With the snapping tool on, it's negative 3.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't see it. You gotta bring that up. 0.7, 0.8. There we go. That's 0.81. I'm gonna turn the snapping tool off. 0.81. 0.8125 rounds to 0.81. That's our graph. Let's double click on the magnifying glass to zoom out, and this is what our graph looks like. And then we press return to see if we're right.